lounging, son.
Welcome back to the Comic Lounge. My name's Ryan,
And I'm Manny.
and we're talking a new Hellboy book. I'm so excited that there's new Hellboy in the world, and even more excited that it's Mike Mignola writing and Duncan Fegredo back on art. We haven't seen him on a Hellboy book in quite some time. To me,
Yeah.
he's like my second favorite Hellboy artist.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you can have Mignola, like then you can have him. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
he's who my brain goes to right afterward for Hellboy.
Yes. And obviously colored by the great Dave Stewart, who I just
Yes.
can't see anybody else coloring Hellboy either. I think it's like having like peanut butter without the jelly. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a
Or
good
like the
analogy.
wrong kind of jelly, you know? Like
Yeah. But Giant Robot Hellboy is the book we're talking about, and it's such a weird. I mean, when I first saw the title, I didn't look at the description at all. I'm like, I'm just gonna buy it.
Oh
But
yeah, I just grabbed it, you know?
yeah, but you can see from the cover that it literally is going to be a robot Hellboy.
Yeah.
And that's really all this is. This book, it's like it was a very quick read, but a very interesting and fun story. It's always cool to see like I said, Hellboy book by Mike, because he's not always doing the writing.
Yeah.
Sometimes he does a plot, but he's not scripting. So it's very cool to see him kind of come back and get the dream team back, in my opinion. We get Hellboy walking in London. I mean,
It's 1967.
so
I love
good.
the way that Hellboy is now able to jump around in time because they've told so many stories that like
Yeah, dude,
you can just fill in gaps.
That's the best thing about the Hellboy universe, I think, is that
Yeah.
it goes back so long ago that I mean, it's like he came into our world, right, in World War II. So there's about 80 years, right?
Yeah, 80 years.
So there's just so much more that can be fleshed out, you know, like here's a payphone ringing, it just goes in there.
Yeah. It's such a great opening, like
Yeah.
very cinematic, classic spy kind of shit too. You know what I mean? Like ringing phone, or you know, like it's great opening. It just drops you right in.
I love
And then
this
you got
gun too. This gun, like,
yeah, it's like a very like steampunky looking gun.
dude, it's so good. And he just gets tranked. So he just gets taken out so easily to the point where I'm just like, how is that even
Yeah, like
possible?
Who are these people?
Yeah, how did they get him?
But that gun looks like, I mean, it's got to be strong to pierce like, you know, Hellboy's skin.
Yes. So and then we just see these random guys. They take him out. These robots come out, pull Hellboy into the van, and they drive off.
I love the design of all the tech in this issue too.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
the robots
dude.
look great. And then Dave Stewart's coloring, man, Jesus Christ,
I
like
know.
it's just so good, bro.
It's perfect. I'm telling you, this is the dream team. To me, this is the dream team. If you can't, like I said, if you can't have Mike drawing the book, Duncan Fegredo's the next selection, you know? And I love how, like, you know, not a lot of dialogue in these opening pages. You're getting Hellboy trapped. You don't know what's going on. Come to this warehouse and they pull him out. And then there's this woman that's like sitting behind this, like, even like the computer, like, again, like you said, the tech is so, I don't know how to describe it. It's like kind of what you would have thought, how they depicted sci-fi stuff back then in the 60s.
Yeah, exactly. Like yeah, how they would think that something like that would look, you know?
And look, he even comes in, this guy, like the guy, he's like, I wasn't even sure that was gonna work. He's like, yeah. She's like, yeah, well, me either. But you know, our people are pretty good. And then
and then we're still wondering who these people are because they're not BPRD. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it kind of reminded me. I don't know why, but the first thought that came into mind when I saw this like room that Hellboy's in was like the underground room where like Steve Rogers is turned into Cap.
Yeah, like, honestly, yeah.
Basement, and like this underground thing, like building stuff or creating soldiers, and they kind of in a way are, but they're creating a giant robot, and they hook him up.
And we don't even know at this point when we're in the story, we don't know what's going on. I mean, we obviously know they're using Hellboy for something, and like you said, there's very little dialogue. It's a lot very visually, but it's still really engaging, and like the images are so cool.
I feel like Gion, this character that she's like on this like massive crate or shipping container. I don't feel like we've ever seen her before. We're going to some island with no name that's on the eastern coast of Africa. I feel like this is all completely new, unless I've read a lot of Hellboy, so I could have missed stuff. It is possible, but I feel like these are all new characters.
I think so too.
And so Gion's like going and like checking out the landscape, right? And then there's these guys that like you see are like a bunch of nerds, man. bunch of like high-tech guys that have probably never seen a battlefield, never fought anything, and they're just like, okay, let's go, rock and roll.
They're like the guys behind the guys in the chair, as they said in the, like Ned says to Spider-Man in the movies, I'm the guy in the chair, you know.
And then they turn on this machine, and just like the way Hellboy looks, like it's almost like he's foaming at the mouth, but he's not, because then it like that looks like it could have just been like breath almost. I don't know, it's hard to tell, but
it's painful to him because he's screaming.
And then this shipping container goes, and we get this giant Hellboy fucking robot, dude.
And I love that he, like, you know, kind of like resembles the Iron Giant, which is like a great design, you know.
Yes, I love the Iron Giant. Yes.
So like he's got that kind of vibe, but you know, and I like that, like, if you're they didn't need to make the robot look like Hellboy, but they did, you know, like.
Tail
maybe
and all,
they did.
Dude.
Maybe it has to do with his consciousness being able to, you know, there's got to be a familiarity. We don't know yet, you know. We don't know.
Yeah,
like we don't know why these people are doing this or who they are, but obviously Hellboy himself has no idea.
No, and they give him the right hand of doom, even, you know, and like they make it look like it's him, but you can see, like, as his consciousness is in there and he's like looking around, has no idea where he is. He does look down at his hands, and he's like, "Son of a," and then it just then it just goes over, and he just, like, again, we don't even really see much of him experiencing this. We just get that brief moment, and then Gion is like over here in the rubble of this like abandoned thing, and it's like, obviously there was some scientists going on, experiments going on over here, and this body right here, dude, the way his jaw is like dislocated,
and it looks like his rib cage is exposed. Like, I don't know if something took a bite out of him or something came out of him, you know, like it's very reminiscent of like Alien, like when they come across like the people in the ship and stuff like that, you know, like it reminds me of that.
I like how we can see Gian's face like through her visor, and then see the reflection of that dude's, like, the
dude, amazing. And then the panel above that, it's just like the coloring in that, the way the flashlight is causing light, like it, amazing art, man. What a surprise to see this book in the shops. Like I think vaguely I knew it was coming out, but like I didn't know it was going to be this cool.
I didn't know, and I also didn't realize it was coming out this week. Like, I knew it was announced, but I just kind of like forgot about it. But
it's great. I mean, you don't need to be like vested in Hellboy lore to pick this up. I mean, that's a great thing about Hellboy. You can sort of pick up each story as it comes out and enjoy it. Yeah,
it's very, very easy to jump into the world of Hellboy, especially like we said, because it does so many different time jumps, and it's not like a linear storyline. I think for a while it was, you know, like the miniseries for the most part were linear, but not anymore. Like now it's like you have Hellboy the BPRD, or you have like these, like this is a 3-issue series, right? Like they'll have one shots, they'll have 4-issue miniseries. I mean, they even have young Hellboy books that they do.
Yeah,
as a kid. But I like, you know, again, we don't know what's going on, but obviously they're trying to recover something from here and see what happened on this island, and then these like fucking spiders. I love this.
Dude.
Imagine the sound of these giant spiders just crawling everywhere.
Yeah, it races the hair on the back of my neck, dude.
And then as this is happening, we get this girl fucking saying, "Hey guys, check this out." He's having, like, Hellboy's having experiencing some sort of like problem inside the suit, right? Which means, from what I'm taking, like his consciousness is either not fully connected, or he's feeling weak because of what they've done to him. So it's like the robot is being affected as well. And he just like starts tumbling down, and then they see him, he's not looking good in the suit. And then as he's here, there's a sound going on, he turns, and there's a fucking kaiju.
Yeah, it looks like a cross between like a iguana Godzilla and Fing Fang Foom. It's great.
Oh dude, it's so awesome.
And I'm just like, dude, of course Hellboy fighting a kaiju, that's fucking duh. What a great idea, you know?
Yeah, but even then, look at him, he's still like, usually how he's tiny compared to some of the monsters he fights, he's also, his robot is not very tall, and compared to
no compare. And are those wings he has in the back? I just noticed. I mean, they look.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I wonder if he can fly, you know?
That would look really weird. But yeah, I mean, and then like this vault that Gion breaks into. So we're having so much going on. Yeah. And like somehow she has a key to get in there. So like I'm assuming maybe this is one of their facility.
Yeah, it could be like an old like safe house or an old place where they kept something that, you know. The fact that it's a mysterious island makes me think that it might be like a version of like Monster Island from Godzilla in
That's
the
what I was
Hellboy
thinking too.
universe.
Yeah.
You know, like we're basically Skull Island, which is what they've done with the modern Godzilla movies. You know, where they have Kong and everybody on there. So it could be that, and it's great. You know, I love this issue. It was a nice surprise. Immediately added it to my pull list. Another great read for Halloween. And honestly, it is a great jumping on point for Hellboy if you've been curious about the property and character.
Yeah. Although we don't get much Hellboy, to be honest with you, you know, like I'm sure we'll have more in the next couple issues. But I mean, this really is all setting up the background people and what's going on. And even then, we're only given just a small taste. I mean, Hellboy goes up and then he immediately gets like falls down, right? Like they're surprised that it happened. Like, oh man, that was pathetic. And that's how we end. So
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see kind of like what comes in the next issue. And then obviously we're going to have a resolution to like Hellboy's probably going to be pissed that these fuckers like kidnapped him and put him inside a robot. But
yeah, it was a fun issue, man. You know, like I'm glad, like you said, this is a great surprise. And anytime there's like a new Hellboy miniseries, I like to at least take a look at the first issue, you know. But this one especially with the creative team is
phenomenal.
Anything you
yeah, I mean I definitely like there should definitely be more Hellboy stuff on this channel. I've barely scratched the surface in terms of covering Hellboy, and it's like he's like one of my favorite characters. Mignola's on my Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites too, man.
So definitely stoked that this is out. If you guys maybe this slipped through the cracks for you, hopefully this reminds you to go pick it up. Nice 3-issue series. And check out the rest of I got a couple other Hellboys videos on the channel. This is also going to be part of our, you know, October reads, Halloween horror theme books. So go check out that playlist as well. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you're notified every time a new vid drops. And on that note, we're out.
We'll see you next time, guys.